Hello everybody and welcome to My Xbox and Me. I am, I guess, your host for this Matt P video. We're here to watch the Skull and Bones world premiere of gameplay. A pizza bet shall be won, a pizza bet shall be lost, and I'm joined by the one and only. It's Too Fresh Crash. Crash, how you doing?
Hello. I'm doing good.
Fantastic stuff.
You excited to win the pizza bet?
Are you backing me? Am I the horse that you are backing?
I would be. Fix has a problem when he makes bets where he just adds too much to the bets.
It's definitely a thing.
So I think you got a good run in to get this pizza bet.
You reckon? Well, I appreciate the confidence. I go back and forth on it. The key art that they've shown for this conference, you'll have seen it in the thumbnail when you click through.
People.
There's people. There's people. They're on a boat, but they're distinctive looking people.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you can still like customize the people on your boat without necessarily playing third-person action
that was one of the coolest
adventure
things I've
type.
ever seen. I feel like I can smell it. Can you smell it? I can smell it.
Are we in early?
I don't know what he's smelling.
I don't know what he's
I think
smelling.
it's just a little bit of pre-show before it starts, I assume.
Okay.
We hope you enjoyed this first part.
You know what? I could spend all stream faffing with the windows, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna commit to this. If we are out of frame, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. But I think we'll be okay.
I mean, it's really about the challenge.
We got 3 minutes until the actual show. I'm going to mute these guys while we chat. So Skull and Bones, it's been in development now, I believe, rumored for 8 years.
Yeah, sounds about right.
A pirate ship game has been in development for 8 years. What do you think this has got to do to actually capture people's attention? Because looking at the Ubisoft stream right now, not a whole lot of people in here ready to watch this thing.
I think the IGN stream has more people than the Ubisoft stream.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think IGN did have the SEO dominance on it, so which as they always do.
I don't think there's anything they can do to captivate people out the gate. I think there's no doubt in my mind that this game isn't a long con sort of thing. Not con's a bad word because I don't think they're trying to scam people with it, but a long play for an audience for this game.
Okay. Well, yeah, I kind of agree with you. I think if you're in the stream, guys, let me know everything's sounding and looking okay. Obviously, I've paused the stream right now. I can see people in here, but my windows are so small. Crash, can you get the chat up on your side and have a look at the chat and see what the people are saying? Sorry, go on.
Ken Doyle says, "Good evening. The tension is palpable." Yes. Super Duck 69 asks you, what kind of pizza will you get when you win, Matt?
It's a great question. I kind of, for a laugh, want to go as sacrilege with it as possible and get like a Domino's Hawaiian hold the ham. Just a plain pineapple pizza.
If I didn't mess with the windows, I would absolutely just leave the call right now.
I'd hate you for it. But
I hate you for what you just said.
I'd kind of want, because Fixer's going to order the pizza to my home, and so it's going to be like in his account or whatever. I kind of just want to punish him really and make him order something heinous, like a margarita pizza, hold the cheese. Something just bewildering.
Is that heinous towards him or towards you?
Well, I mean, I've got to eat it, I suppose. So
yeah, that sounds like self-punishment for winning this.
Now let's remind ourselves of what the actual pizza bet is. Do you have it there with you? Can you pull it up?
I can pull it up.
On this week's episode, you mentioned that there was a bit of a caveat that you thought Fixer had said this game will be an 8, in which case that we'll get an 8 on Metacritic, I think, after so long. And if that's true, then the pizza bet won't be won or lost tonight, because, of course, we won't know that until the game's out. Although it could be lost, actually, on Fixer's part if they don't show any third-person gameplay, because if they don't show third-person gameplay here, then he's lost.
Probably don't have it.
They don't. Well, they're not going to reveal that later on, are they? This is the time. Come on now.
Yeah. Okay, so Harry Potter was the one with Metacritic.
I thought so.
Yeah,
It would have been mental. Oh, we're at the countdown. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Are you there, Crash?
Okay.
It would have been crazy for him to say that this was going to be an 8 in Metacritic, I think. 8's so high as well.
Yeah. For this game, yeah.
Even for Harry Potter. I stand by it now.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that being a Harry Potter thing. But here we are. That is a man walking down the street. Not actual gameplay. We're okay, guys.
Has rules.
Pizza bet's still on.
It decides where you belong
All those fancy people.
and what you're worth. But you can chart a new
Ships
course.
confirmed.
Ship's confirmed. I'm okay with that.
And even when
Wonder if
death
this is gonna be part of the
seems
game.
certainty,
Battling in storms and stuff like that.
do not
hope so.
give up.
I mean, they had that in Assassin's Creed 4, like different weather affecting stuff differently and
On
stuff.
the shores of a new world,
On the shores of a new world,
you
Matt.
awaken.
No way.
This is not looking great for you, Matt.
This is not looking good for me.
Oh, this is looking really bad.
More determined than ever.
Is it going to be like
carve
Raft?
a life
Like you have
of
to
your choice.
you have to build your own ship?
That'd be
Or-
interesting. Starting with a little rinky-dinky ship there.
Fighting under our own flag, we will take what's
Not actual
ours.
gameplay is very true.
Look, we're gonna get an answer one way or another. But this cinematic
I think
is
this is
cool.
all just cinematic.
Yeah, but this is cool.
Fluff.
This
Yeah.
is doing what I
Together.
want it to do.
We will take on the world. Society may have rules, but today, you decide where you belong. I'm
gonna say-
worth.
If this isn't like a full-on pirate game, like third-person action adventure game, all this makes me want is like an actual pirate game.
100%, because I'm looking at this guy and I'm going, this is a create a character. Do you know what I mean? Like, this guy is custom.
Now
I want
choose.
this guy to be my guy, you know?
Will you live as pawns?
They're not selling
die
us. They're not telling us
as
this specific guy
pirates.
has a backstory that we need to give a
Right,
shit
that
about.
it's a character, right?
Exactly.
Like the Black Flags one where they're talking about like he's a whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Long live piracy. I wonder if they'll stand by that
Number
when
8.
everybody pirates their game for the meme.
Live as a pawn or die as a pirate? You best believe it's the pirate's life for me. My name is Yusuf, and welcome to the worldwide gameplay reveal of Skull and Bones.
Let's go.
Oh yes,
Yusuf.
we do have a launch date. The game is coming November 8th, 2022.
Oh, the day before
Joining
God
me
of War
today on the deck of
Ragnarok.
This gorgeous ship
Okay.
is world producer
That's
Vanessa
just a bad
Seattle.
time
Hey,
to launch
Vanessa.
games, to be
Hey, Yusuf.
honest, in
Hi,
general.
And game director Ryan Bernard. Hey Ryan.
How's it going?
Oh, that
Yusuf?
news
Hello,
yesterday
everyone.
must have been horrible.
Now, we just got our first look
Oh,
at the new
no.
Skull and Bones, and it looks like things have changed quite a bit. What can you tell us about this new direction?
Yes, our team has been working really hard, and we are so proud to present what you see in the game today. Forget everything you know about the traditional pirate fantasy. Skull and Bones is taking a darker, grittier approach with our new game direction. We wanted to reimagine what pirates were really like, drawing
Okay.
inspiration from the Indian Ocean during the golden age of piracy. So you start as a survivor of a shipwreck,
Oh,
right?
no.
Washed up on an unknown, mysterious, exotic
Oh, no,
location.
Matt.
Oh,
This is a world
no.
where
Oh,
everything and
no.
everyone wants you dead. And for ordinary people like you and me, the only way to survive is to become a pirate.
It's a very
Once
big
you've
oh no.
chosen
That
that
could just
life
be
of piracy,
tutorial stuff where
there's
you're
no
walking
turning
around
back.
the
That could
island.
just be a
There's no
cutscene.
turning back for me. I've
Could
already
just be a
chosen not to
cutscene.
piracy. Well, what does that entail exactly?
Well, the world of Skull and Bones is ruthless. You'll come face to face with its many dangers, from vicious hippos and crocodiles to violent
I'm sorry,
storms,
Matt.
How do I
pirate
fight a hippo on a
fantasies,
boat?
You've lost it.
operations, and
Fire a
even
cannon at a
the
hippo.
mutiny of your very own crew.
It could be.
So every
Could be.
time you set sail, it's going to be an unpredictable
Oh,
experience.
every time you set sail.
Me? Okay. I'm making a note right now. Keep the
We're
crew
reading too
happy.
much into it. We just gotta let it
I
roll.
absolutely,
Ryan, obviously,
absolutely.
a pirate is nothing without their ship. How do we go about building our fleet?
True. Well, Skull and Bones is an open world, or more aptly, open sea pirate experience, right? So you start the game.
Flip-flops,
you
it ain't
basically
open
have
world.
nothing.
Keeps
It's
going
open
back
sea,
and forth.
something called the Dhow, a basic spear in order to fend off this wildlife that's coming after you. And really, as you progress, you'll need to collect.
Was
the
this
things
supposed
you
to be
find in
a
the world and
multiplayer
gather them.
game
As
originally?
you do, contracts
kind of
for
just
the
said
pirates
something
you
that made
come
me thought it
across.
was a multiplayer
Doing that
game.
will grow your infamy. Which
This
will
is
give
sounding
you
like
access
it's
to
not a
new
multiplayer
blueprints
game. No, I
and
agree.
designs, and allow you to craft new ships, different weapons, different armors, and that's how you build your fleet in the game. Yusuf.
Building your
So
fleet.
eventually, eventually you'll be able to rule the seas.
Okay, I like that. Building my fleet, ruling the seas. Sign me up for that. I want that. I want the thundering cannons, sinking ships, the whole 9 yards. But, you know, between us, give me the insider tips here. How do I make sure I'm the most feared pirate on the ocean?
Well, I mean, the short answer is just to get good at the game, Yusuf. But I mean, but really,
Get good,
seriously,
scrub.
Get
naval
good.
combat is at the core of Skull and Bones pirate experience, right? And we aim to have best-in-class naval combat. So we want it to be visceral, fast-paced, rewarding. And we do that, part of the way we do that is to offer the player a wide variety of different weapon choices, which you unlock through infamy. So you've seen
This game's confusing me. I
cannons,
just want to
for
see
instance,
gameplay
but we
right
also
now.
have Greek fire, we have
Yeah.
explosive mortars, we have bombards that you can lob onto the decks
So
of the
far,
enemy
all of these
players and sink
weapons
their ships.
are ship
And that'll
weapons.
allow our players the creativity to combine
take it this
different
game
weapon
involves
types,
ships.
different armor types, and different ship types to give them the best chance of success while they're out at sea pirating.
So the Greek fire that you just mentioned is actually pretty cool. So with leather armor, you know, kitted out on your brig, well, I have to admit that I do get satisfaction watching other ships burn.
Wait, that sounds so cool. I want to light other ships on fire. How do I do that?
I don't think this is a great gameplay reveal so
as
far.
our pyromaniac has explained
Yeah,
to
we're
us,
bit of an
6
odd one.
minutes
Greek
in.
fire is one of the weapons you have. Also, the ship she mentioned and the armor are things that you will unlock through gaining infamy in our progression system. So, of course, classically, pirates were all about their name, right? You were nobody
Sea of
without your
Thieves, just
name.
not
And our
cartoon
progression system
graphics.
is the same. We call it infamy.
That would
So
be-
as you have
I don't
success
think
in
I
the
would
game
want
and you
that.
progress,
I don't
and your
know.
name is going to be known throughout the Indian Ocean, and pirates from further and further away are going to want to offer you more and more dangerous jobs with bigger and bigger payout, which will give you access to better
It's a cool
rewards
idea that
in
you're
the
getting
game.
like
So
hired
the
and
name
you
of the
can
game is raise
pick
your
jobs
infamy,
based on how
and you'll
much
have
they're
better opportunities.
offering you. And
Ooh, okay. So I'm
dangerous
imagining the
there.
road to infamy is going to be tough and lonely, but it doesn't have to be, right?
Co-op.
True. So first off, I mean, everything
Maybe.
in Skull and Bones can be played solo.
Oh, there we go.
But at our core, we are a social game, right?
social
The-
game.
The dev team, we look at everything through the lens of co-op. We want to ensure that things like
So
taking on
co-op,
the big pirate
not
hunters or
PvP,
privateers,
yeah.
or taking on
They might have a
fort in the
PvP
game
mode,
is more
but
rewarding.
it doesn't
and
seem like it's
actually
baked into,
easier
like,
when
the
you play
core of the
with
game.
other players, right? So we can say that really the best way to play Skull and Bones is with friends.
Okay.
Now, here's the important question.
Sure.
Can I team up with my friends and hunt other players?
Now here we
Yeah,
go.
we can team up against Ryan.
Okay, so this happens
Okay,
far
there you
too
go.
much in our internal tests, okay? So you can, as a
So
player,
Sea of
choose
Thieves,
to
but not
opt into a
cartoony.
PvP server, in which case you will be able to shoot another players. Sometimes in our weekly tests, that happens far too often to certain people with the team trying to take them out with this vast array of weapons. But so I can say for certainty that the best way to play is to have players with you to watch your back.
You know, I can't wait to get in these PvP servers.
So I
'cause
assume
wanna
not
run
everybody's like
specifically
taking
you, Ryan.
control of the same
Okay.
Putting a
ship.
target on your back right now. I'm expecting
No.
all
It's like
applications to
I'm
come
playing
from me.
with you and we each have our
But
own ships.
Vanessa, Ryan, thank you so much for joining
I
us.
seems
wonder
like you
how
ships. It
co-op
seems like you
are
For
build
everyone
a
watching
fleet,
at home, you've
and so
heard us
you'd have
talk
multiple
about
ships.
Skull and Bones. It's now time to show you Skull and Bones. Here's the
Here we
world
go.
premiere of our gameplay trailer.
Okay.
Come on then. Let's have a look.
Clarify some of the questions. I
Welcome to Skull and Bones.
Doesn't
Our
look
game takes place during the golden
third
age of
person
piracy,
action
in a
adventure.
world inspired by the beautiful yet dangerous Indian Ocean. You'll start your journey as an outcast, whose goal is to become the most infamous pirate to sail these treacherous waters.
Survive.
After surviving a
shit.
shipwreck, you begin your adventure in Saint
We're
Anne,
okay.
one
We're
of
okay.
the pirate dens in our world. Dens are centers
Hub
of
worlds I
pirate
don't think
activity,
count.
where you can craft new ships and
I
equipment.
don't think hub worlds
provision
count.
for
I
your
think we had a
expeditions at
discussion on
sea,
this
Pick up
specifically.
contracts.
There has
and
to be actual
socialize with other
gameplay and not hub
players.
world stuff.
Any pirate worth their salt will tell you that preparation is key to success. Get ready for any challenges that come your way by checking that your cargo is stocked with items like food and ammunition. Once you're set,
Okay.
it's time to head out and explore.
So singular
As
ship.
a rookie pirate,
Also
you'll only
first
have
person
access
at the wheel,
to a small
not third.
dhow. But as you
We
progress,
don't know that
you'll
yet.
be able to craft different ships, each with their own unique playstyle.
I don't know
At
how I feel
sea,
about it being
you'll
first
need
person.
to pay close attention to the condition
I don't
of
think
your
it will be.
ship and the morale of your crew. Your crew are a pack of vicious raiders and rovers who will mutiny against you, if not kept well-fed and happy.
That's a cool idea that you get
If
mutiny.
your ship sinks, you'll lose some
that.
progress and respawn at the nearest discovered den or outpost. The good news is that most of your cargo will be recovered, and you'll have the opportunity to retrieve the rest from the wreckage. But you'd better be quick, as other players can also steal it.
So I wonder if you're in
As
the
a
world
pirate
with other
captain,
players.
your reputation
but if you're
is
not in a
everything,
PvP, so
and
you
our
just can't
game
fight.
tracks this through infamy. The
I don't
higher
think
your
so.
infamy, the more opportunities
I think you'd
you'll
just
get.
be in a world with
One
your
of the
call
many
friends.
ways to grow your infamy is to take up contracts. These are deals that you can make with other
It does look
pirates
like you're in
the
first
world.
person.
First
Contracts
person
can have great rewards if
shipping.
you're successful.
Maybe when
or
you're shooting, it'll
costs if
switch
you
to like a
fail.
third-person angled view
You can
towards where you
also
would be
gain
aiming the
infamy
cannons.
by completing other activities, such as exploration, plundering, treasure
switch it
hunts,
yourself, maybe?
investigations, dynamic
That's opening
events,
treasure chests
and
on an
much more.
island.
You can undertake these either solo or with other players. The world of Skull and Bones is filled with riches and
Yeah, I
resources
can't say I'm too
that
hot
you'll
on
be
what
able
we're
to
seeing right
gather
now.
as you explore. Lagoons and rivers are teeming with dangerous wildlife that you can hunt for animal skins and meat.
First
You'll
person.
also be able to
That's
harvest
first
a variety of
person.
raw
This
is first
materials,
person action
such as
gameplay.
wood
I
and
made the
wood
bet that
that
it was
can
a
be
first-person
refined and
game.
used for crafting.
Because I would have
Crafting
wanted
is an
it for him
essential
right
activity
there.
For you to progress as an infamous pirate. Obtain blueprints and use your refined resources to craft
Yeah, this
stronger
is-
ships.
We might need a
weapons, and
independent
armors.
adjudicator here to decide who's won this,
In
maybe.
Skull and Bones, ships serve many different purposes. Cargo ships are slower, but useful if you need to transport
Or we could
large
put a pull-out on
volumes
the
of
Twitter
loot.
page.
Navigation ships sail
But I think we
faster,
still need to see, like,
but have less cargo space and
a
lower
full
hull
chunk of
HP.
gameplay as opposed
Yeah.
to like the
Firepower
clips they're
ships
giving
have
us,
more gun
'cause
ports, allowing
kinda
you
hard
to
to
deal
tell what's
higher
what.
damage, but are more challenging to maneuver. Similarly, you can craft a wide array of unique weapons and armors, from Greek fires to giant ballistae to rocket launchers and mortars, as well as different armor types, which have varying strengths and weaknesses against incoming attacks. With your new fleet and growing arsenal, create a loadout based on your personal playstyle to become a force of destruction.
We'll say I don't think anything's wowed me that we've seen so far.
No, but then also nothing's like, oh, this looks
Out
rough,
in the
right?
open
It's just
ocean,
like,
opportunities and threats
I don't
are
think the whole
abundant.
thing looks a little
Use
rough.
your spyglass to identify lucrative trade routes or wealthy merchant ships and assess your prey's cargo and firepower. Strategize a plan of attack based on your opponent's defenses and take advantage of their weak points to deal more damage. Sinking your foes from afar rewards you with only a portion of their cargo, as some of it will be lost to
I'm
the
assuming we don't
depths.
know what the price
Getting in
point for this game
close
will
to
be.
execute a boarding maneuver
No, I don't
will
think
help
we do yet.
maximize your gains. But beware, you can turn from predator to prey in a heartbeat if you attract the unwanted attention of privateers, the merciless pirate hunters that patrol the seas. If you enjoy the thrill of the hunt, you can also seek out other players and rain terror on them. Such PvP battles are high-stakes activities that can be
It does seem
rewarding
like they'll have a
if you
beta at some
emerge
point
victorious.
for this game.
do you think?
So that would be the I
Oh.
think that'd be the time.
From your spoils of battle, personalize your individual look with outfits that command respect.
There's going to be an argument about this.
About what?
About
Oh,
whether or not
about
this is
whether it
third person
counts?
a
action.
multitude of ship customization options to instill fear in your enemies.
We're going to fight.
I need to
With
see
the
some sort of
wind in your
platforming
sails,
or some sort
journey
of
to the
combat.
furthest reaches
Otherwise,
of the Indian Ocean, from the coast of Africa.
Being in a hub
to
world
the
doesn't
East
count. I'm pretty sure we
Indies.
had that conversation when
Okay.
Encounter
I think I gotta be more
extreme
thorough
weather
with the
events
details I
like
write
violent
down.
storms and monstrous rogue waves. Keep your eyes peeled for outposts, which are safe spots where you'll be able to dock your ship for a short rest from the perilous seas. Here,
This is-
you can trade
really,
with
like,
traveling merchants and
non-cartoony Sea of
clandestine
Thieves.
smugglers
Yeah.
selling
Without the
rare
third
and
person bit.
illegal goods.
Without the fun bit of
Uncover
like
buried
attacking other
bounties
people's
at
ships, of
outposts
going in the
as you
cannon and flying
decipher
yourself
treasure
over.
maps obtained through your voyages. Although all the content in Skull and Bones can be done solo, you might enjoy ruling the seas with your friends. While sailing, you
Cute.
can also easily invite other pirates you encounter to group up. Synergize your different
so you're right, you
playstyles,
do run into other
ships,
pirates
and
out in the open.
weapons to defeat deadlier enemies. As you grow stronger, take on more difficult challenges, such as attacking forts and plundering settlements. And, if you're bold enough, engage in dynamic events, like taking down heavily laden merchant ships
close.
and their fleet.
That was real close.
Now, it's up to you to write your own story.
I'd like it to
Remember,
imagine that they're
there
just
is
teasing
no
that on
one path
purpose.
to follow.
They know
They're
about
definitely
us.
not.
One way to play.
They know about the pizza
The
bet.
world of Skull and Bones is yours to discover.
Like, I want to see like a
Okay, that was a lot.
8-minute.
Did you get it
We're
all?
gonna go do this,
Let's
and then
recap.
this is the mission.
We got pirate decks,
Yeah.
crafting, customization, naval combat, tons of ships and weapons.
There is gonna be,
infamy,
like, a beta of some
co-op,
sort.
PvP, world events, and so much more. And that's not it, y'all. Here to give us a sneak peek of what to expect from Skull and Bones post-launch is our game's quest director, Terry Hahn. Hey, Terry.
Not what I
Hello,
want to know.
Yusef. Hello, everybody.
Now, Terry, what can we
There's
expect
the
from Skull
end
and Bones
game.
post-launch?
Well, as a live multiplayer game, our team is dedicated to deliver the best open world pirate experience for our players. With the Skull and Bones team, we are
Yeah,
committed to
no idea
provide
how to feel
fresh
about
new
it.
content,
Agree with you, Ken.
not just in the coming months, but for many years to come. After release, we'll have a lineup of
I'm
new
in a
content,
very,
and these are all free for our players. These
I think
include in-game
Matt
world
is a
events
little bit
ranging from
generous to
bigger
what I
daily
feel about this
challenges
game
that you
right
can
now.
take as a group, to smaller team events, ships, weapons, furniture, and many more.
Ooh, free content for all players. I love to hear that, Terry. Tell me a little bit more about these challenges.
So you
That
can
means the
expect
game's
to not
definitely
just
gonna have
engage
a
with the local factions,
buy-in
but also
point.
with big corporations like the company
Not even
Royale,
necessarily
who has really strong
microtransactions.
bombard weapons. So you really
I was
need to
kind of
watch out
hoping
for
that the game would be free to play.
Aside from that,
even
you
though,
also
like,
work with
it's
kingpins
been
to
development
smuggle
for 8
and
years,
steal
yeah.
valuable cargoes, or even go on a raid with your friends to a nearby settlement or fort, or even engage with a dynamic
Maybe one
events
day.
where you can board merchant ships stealing valuable
Yeah.
cargoes along the trade routes.
Ooh, okay, it sounds like there's a ton of content coming post-launch. I can't wait to get my hands on it. Terry, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Yusef.
And to everyone watching, don't go anywhere. There's still a ton of content coming in our post-show. But before then, we're going to check in with our community developer, Alexi Cretin, who's going to introduce us to the official community live stream, The Deck.
Thank you, Yusef, and thank you so much to all of you for being here with us today. Over the past few months, we've been working very closely with our community to refine our game, and as we gear up to launch, we'll be doing more of this. We will have hands-on opportunities in the coming months, so register your interest at our website, skullandbonesgame.com. Speaking of which, the Insider program is also in full swing. If
I think
what you
that's will
saw
be
today
whenever
and
we
wanna
figure
help
out
us,
who
go and
wins
sign up.
this
All you have to do if you're selected is play the game regularly, and if you want,
pizza
share your feedback
pizza
with us.
bet.
Last but not least, today we're also kicking off
I agree.
The Deck, our official community live stream. We want to bring the people behind the game direct to you. Think streamers, YouTubers, role players, community leaders, meet and chat with our
Roleplay.
developers,
Fix
our
is in.
artists, or producers. Basically,
think
all the
so.
people who work their magic on this game
I
and
don't,
can't wait
I
to
don't
hear
think
from
so.
you. That's happening right now with Ryan as the first guest, so stay tuned and enjoy.
Does that mean we're gonna get gameplay?
It sounded like it, yeah. It sounded
Straight
like,
gameplay.
sounds like they're gonna roll into
Stay
straight
tuned for
gameplay
some
with a
Okay.
with a streamer. But I'll mute it for now and I'll leave it running so that will pop up whenever that pops up. Technical error. We'll be back shortly. That's a good sign. Gresh, that was the Skull and Bones gameplay reveal. We didn't
Yeah.
get a whole lot of gameplay there right up front, at the very least.
No.
But let me know your top line thoughts.
I'm not impressed. Which, to be fair, I wasn't like going into it thinking I would be impressed. Which that level of disappointment might make it even worse. I don't think the game looked great, but we've talked about it. A game's how it plays and not how it looks.
100%.
So who knows? Once the beta rolls around, I'm sure we'll get a better opinion on the game. But
And I guess like it's this open world, open sea game where you're going to be running into other players. If you're playing on a PvP server, you can fight those other players. If you're not, it seems like they're just going to be around. Although there's still some elements of competition, because I guess if my ship sinks and we happen to be in the same server and you see it, you could go and steal all my loot. I guess that was a thing before I get back there to gather it all again. So there's still that element of like competitiveness in there, I guess.
Yeah.
But I guess so. It's this big open world. So my point was going to be, sorry, that like when you have these kind of MMO, I guess it's not really, but this like big persistent multiplayer world. Those games don't tend to like look, at least graphically, astonishing, right? But you're right. Sorry, go on.
I think the problem is like the gameplay doesn't look like super engaging.
Sure.
Is my thing.
Yeah.
It's like you're right. A lot of those games don't like, if they look super graphically well, half the time it's like there's something wrong with that game. That game is poorly optimized on most rigs or something like that. But I don't know. It just didn't look super fun to me.
Sure. Oh, okay. We see some third-person gameplay. I'm firing the
players will come across in
volume back up.
Skull and Bones. We're playing Skull and Bones.
We are actually playing Skull and Bones.
And they're playing on Xbox or PC.
We are going to take a contract, one of our quests, if you will,
Still be PC.
to go.
I would say it's
basically
probably PC.
help out the local faction here, the
PC.
Rampa, against the evil DMC, and we're going to plunder one of their settlements. So I'm just rolling through the den here, full of different pirates, some other players.
This doesn't count as third-person action.
Okay.
I don't think it does.
Read the bet to me one more time.
You can see by his name that he's got a contract available for me, so I'm going to check it out.
Sea of Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves.
It'll have third-person action adventure elements.
Third-person action adventure elements. That's what we're looking for, gang. And we're saying
I don't think I would qualify this as third-person action because this is hub world.
This is hub world.
Find you.
Sure.
I'm right in front of you. I think I can just.
Graphics are only slightly better than Black Flag. Jesus is saying.
I think that's
harsh.
underselling it. Yeah,
That's
I think
harsh.
it's quite a bit better than Black Flags. The problem is here the graphics look good. When you're on the ship, I think the graphics look significantly worse.
Sure.
During some of the combat we've seen.
Sure.
Playing is more fun with friends.
Playing is it does. It gives you a nice little message. You know, it's more fun with friends. So I'm gonna share the.
I also don't like the UI that they have. I don't know what it is about it.
I could see all my different contracts. I only have one right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and share that with you.
Okay. I like this system. One of the things I didn't particularly like about Sea of Thieves was this. I mean, they've made it better over time. But this idea that I don't know if like we're doing the same mission right now or like.
I'm gonna go ahead and.
Well, you have to go in and vote on the same mission.
You do now, yeah. You didn't when it first
You always
started. Did you?
Yeah, you always did. You always had to vote on the mission.
I'm misremembering.
Yeah.
So if you go now to the end of the.
I remember it was a little confusing because people weren't used to the system. So you had to go to you had the little mission desk, and then people had to go to vote on it.
Customization options. So I'll take I think I'm set up for the Brigantine, which is one of our medium navigation ships.
A lot of different choices, it seems like, for boats.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take that.
I wonder if certain boats can have certain type of weapons, or if the weapons are open to all boats.
They talked about. I'm sure there will be an element of that. They talked about like cargo ships being able to take lots of loot and stuff. You know, so there'll be definitely a management system of some kind there.
Oh, I've got some otak.
Otak. Me too.
You know what that is?
It's very good food. I think it's a seafood dish here in Singapore.
Malay,
Malay, yes. I'm not big on seafood. I haven't partaken personally, but I hear it's really good, and it's very good in the game.
The water effects look good in this game.
Keeping your crew happy.
Yeah, comparing it to Sea of Thieves is interesting, right? From a visual standpoint, because Sea of Thieves has a art style, right? It's not realism, whereas I feel that this is going more for realism, right? So certainly more so than Sea of Thieves.
Crushing bombards, nice. I think that'll work on both sides.
Should I have
I agree,
red cells
but
or white cells?
pirate games. I think if any games have ever been compared, because we've seen a lot of games being compared lately with Starfield and so on and so forth. I think the Sea of Thieves in this game comparison isn't super far off,
Explosive extended
just because the
rockets.
concepts are so similar.
Sure.
Even though I do think this goes
Go
a
ahead
lot
and
more in
set
depth
sail
with the
while
ship
you get
combat
ready.
than something
mean,
like Sea of
Wait for you
Thieves.
around
Did you
The
look
interesting
at
thing
your
right
armor?
here is
I
these
did.
two guys are
I
playing
have,
together.
I have wooden armor.
So they were
Yeah.
running around that
So
hub
that
world
cargo
together. They
would
picked
be
up a
in a
contract.
space,
Now they've jumped
whoops,
into their
like,
separate ships to run off. And like half of the
got
fun of Sea of
leather,
Thieves
which
is
is
managing
fire
that
on the
ship together, making sure people are doing their
Yeah.
fucking job, and like having a laugh when somebody accidentally falls off the ship and you have to go back and get them. And like
Terracotta, I'm gonna switch
you're not
this
gonna have
up.
any of that, right? Like
Yeah. Have you played the Raft, Matt?
I have not. I am in the
It's-
process of
Again,
editing
you know,
PC
depending
Gamer's
on
review
what,
for the
you know,
Raft.
weapons,
So I've watched
I've
much
been-
of the Raft.
the different,
I've been playing it the last few
armors will
days, and it
have
is very
special
fun in a lot of
bonus.
those same elements that kind of makes me when you mentioned like the Raft earlier, that the
what
game
we got,
did
so-
start off like the Raft, where you are on like trying to put together a random boat, whatever, with some
Yeah.
friends and stuff like that.
Chip health,
Yeah, like I don't know. The fact that it's also not always
So
competitive,
we have a few of our friends.
this game
from
will
our QA
live
team
and
who are
die on
playing
how
the game right
enjoyable
now.
the game is, as opposed to
Some
like
of them
how
are right here
competitive
on
the game is.
one of the
So if you look at
smallest-
some of
I
their
think
other
it's actually the
games that
smallest
they've
ship in the
done,
game, the door, right?
the Dow,
like
yes.
Rainbow Six, and what is the sword fighting game that I'm forgetting?
For Honor?
For Honor. For Honor. A lot of those lived because of the PvP elements. It was the competitive element that was so fun in those games.
He's
And
got
with
a,
it being an option in this,
so that was interesting. So his character's up in the crow's nest, but he was first person piloting that ship, and he had a little animal
yeah.
companion. That was
So
cute.
okay, so when you want to change view, that's where you have to go to. You have to go to whoever's in the
So you don't
nest or
you don't run around your own ship. It's not like you have to go from the wheel, run
Yeah.
around, climb up the mast.
Oh, you got a little.
A little
I
cute
forget what they're
meerkat.
called.
It's not a meerkat. It's a gibbon. It's a gibbon.
That's a tiny ship.
That's a little ship. So yeah, this is interesting. First person. I've muted the guys commentating, so maybe they're saying something important. But this is interesting. I guess like what I'm thinking, right? Like the Sea of Thieves, we were talking just then about like it's a bit goofy, right? Like the fun of that game
Yeah.
comes from the interaction with your friends and like managing the ship and da 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 da. Where's the like fun? I mean, this game isn't going for goofy, I guess, and so the fun is the progression, which looks deep. It looks like there's a lot of customization you can do to your ship and your character and your guns and your bits and your blah 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 blah. It's just, is that going to be enough for people? I guess.
I think it'll come down to the gameplay. Like the gameplay itself has to be fun.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I'm just not sure about the most with this game. Where it looks like Black Flag's ship combat, which isn't a bad thing. I enjoyed ship combat in Black Flags. Black Flags also had all the third-person action adventure bits.
Sure. And what they're banking on here is that this is just way deeper than Black Flag, right? You can customize
Yeah.
every cannon in every different position and every little bit of your ship look wise and da 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 da. So
Oh, they're PvPing over
Yeah, I
there?
think you passed right
Yeah.
by them, right?
Okay,
There was,
I
like, three
did. I
ships.
did. I was focused on talking about the plunder.
Yeah, I was just worried because you're getting really close to them, and I was worried they
All
started
right, I'll wait
attacking
till
you
you're
too.
in the area because you were lag behind a little bit. And you're my muscle, so I need you up here up close. So probably.
I also
what's
wonder
gonna
if like
happen
that switching between the two viewpoints
is
will
we're gonna-
be
We're gonna see these
a enjoyable
nice
thing to
little
do
ships
as
that
well.
calmly parked here are going to
All right, I'm here.
are going to wake up when I can spyglass the
so what they're looting this little town, this little fortress here, I guess.
No, I think they're gonna escort the merchant ships. I think it had said.
Ah, right, okay.
There we go.
Which I'm not seeing enough there. That I don't think there is third person.
Happening.
Oh, here we go.
exploration pick.
No. So they just sent their crew in to go raid this place,
Yeah, and then it starts like this.
and then this is it.
Fill up as we're kind of
This is as close as
Yeah.
you get to your third part. They send the crew in. They're
Yeah, I
doing a
think this is
thing,
it.
forces coming.
and then
Does
enemy
it?
ships are coming in to try and fuck you up while your forces are on the shore looting
Yeah,
up
maybe
shit.
on the left tower. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say I think it is interesting the idea to have it switch between a whole bunch of different points of view on the ship for like different things. I think that's definitely a unique element to this as opposed to other ship games.
Like,
But I don't know if it's enough.
It's so harsh to say because it's not what this game is going for. But what they've just done is they've sent their crew on shore to go and raid this place.
Yeah.
That's the bit I want to do. I don't want to be the guy who sits back here like the getaway driver. I want to be the dude robbing the bank, right? Like, am I wrong? Is that stupid? I mean, that's just not what this game is.
I think Matt muted the audio earlier.
I did. I'm muting the audio and I'm putting it on and off just because they're streaming it and chatting about it, and so I didn't want us talking over it. But I can leave the audio on.
Reinforcements coming in. Well, turn around. Or I can help you.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Nice.
Where are they? Where are they?
You almost got it.
I don't know. I definitely think this will be a case of
I see you.
play and try it.
Can you board
Because
him?
it does
You want me
look,
to sink
I
him
think,
or
so
I can board
different
him, actually.
from even what I was expecting from this game. I
Here we
wasn't
go.
expecting the.
So they're talking about boarding this other ship
Yeah, I
now.
got him.
All right, we're
They've
almost
hooked
to
the
our
other
first
ship,
loot.
and I
We
think they've
got
sunk
we
it.
got another player here. Maybe he's
Okay,
trying
there's
to-
more-
he's trying to
more
help us
coming.
out. I want to attack him.
So I
don't think the board. I think the boarding will be just an animation.
I think it'll
even
be
if
like
there is something.
like when they jumped onto the shore earlier. You're just sending part of your crew out to go do a thing, right?
It's not gonna last very
While you stay
Yeah.
back and mind the ship.
First
So the most third-person action stuff you have is the hub world.
track.
Yes.
Are you still going at it over
Yeah.
there?
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
So it's like a little cutscene of them running on, killing everybody, and then we're back out on the ship.
Boarding,
Oh,
but
you're
I think-
flooding as well?
yeah.
Oh my
Interesting.
God. Yeah, boarding is quite dangerous if you do it at the wrong time, right?
Yes.
But I
The
think I'm okay.
boarding
I
is.
think I'm okay.
Whoop, that was actually you. Good thing I can't do damage.
You be
If you're in the
interrupted
red
while
circles,
boarding.
You can
Need to
brace,
brace, yeah.
to reduce the damage.
Oh, interesting. So he just said, I just shot at you. It's a good job. I can't do damage to you. So, but earlier on, they saw people doing PvP in their server. So they must be. So you must just opt into PvP. It's not like you go to a PvP server where everybody's
No.
PvPing.
They said PvP server.
I know. I thought they said that as well, but they
They did. I think they
did some
they were. It
shenanigans.
didn't sound like they were super paying attention to what was happening
Sure.
because he was trying to describe stuff. So I think it was just like
Okay.
not paying attention super
Okay.
well.
Okay.
Get that.
Burn.
Because the streaming thing's not
But they
always the
tried to drag
easiest
us
I
thing.
get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get
I
it.
think some are.
It looks like there's a lot of
and some are
steps to the
Dutch
plundering
living
as
in
well.
areas, so they're not all going to come in.
I don't know.
Sure.
That's part of it. Oh,
I'm
brace.
not too hot on this.
Yeah, me neither.
I think I got
Because
it.
even if I were to play this game, this is a game that I don't see
You can get back
myself
in time.
coming back
No,
to
no,
past
I'm
the
okay. I mean, I
one,
got out of
the first
uh,
time point.
the
Because it doesn't even
military.
seem like there's really a narrative going on other than
We got
becoming a
two-
pirate
Yeah, I think we're
and like
good.
becoming a legend or
We're
whatever.
surviving.
Yeah, I don't get the feeling there's a lot of narrative other than you're gaining infamy, like they keep saying, and therefore you get bigger and bigger jobs and
Quite
more
like
and more
the
money
combo of
and
motors
more
to keep
ship
it away,
customization, and
keep them away.
that's the thing that's driving you through. There's no
Turn around and use the flamethrower.
characters per se, right? Even when they went and got the mission earlier on, it was just a dude who did a little animation and they picked something from a menu, right? I don't even think he chatted to them necessarily. So, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess they're going to continue to play this for a little while.
Yeah, I think.
I'm happy
think
to
we've
leave it
seen
there. I
enough.
think I've seen enough. If you want to continue to watch this stream, guys, if you're in the chat and you want to continue to watch it, there's a link in the description to the Ubisoft stream where you can continue to watch it. I think me and Crash are kind of similar. I think we'll give it a go, right? We're going to definitely give it a go.
I'll try a beta.
We'll try a beta. We'll try it. We'll see when it launches. Rough launch date, November 8th, day before God of War.
Yeah. If I remember, there's also other stuff coming out the October
I'm sure.
time period as well.
Harry
Right,
Potter still
yeah,
has to come out at
Gotham
some point
Knights.
around then.
Harry Potter's probably around then. I think the Persona series is coming to Xbox, which is really only relevant. Xbox and PC, I guess.
Yeah.
I think regardless, it's got stiff competition around that time period, which just I think for me lends more to the idea that they're not aiming for a home run right out the gate with this game.
It's yeah. I could see, similar to Sea of Thieves, I could see a hardcore group really getting into this and they're getting more content drops every now and again, and this hardcore group keep coming back to it and keep playing. You can't see that?
I can't, because the benefit of Sea of Thieves is you're, like you were saying earlier, it's you and your friends on one ship messing about. Like, oh, you gotta get the water out and board up the boat wherever the holes are. This doesn't feel like that. There isn't that sort of that sense of camaraderie and like, where it's
chaos.
Like stuff goes crazy and you guys are having a laugh at how much you guys are messing up or whatever it is, right? This is just sort of like you're off doing your own thing, I'm off doing my own thing. Did we do good or not, right? It kind of reminds me like when you're playing something like an FPS, like a Valorant or an Overwatch, and you're hoping your friend's doing their own thing, except it's not as immediate of a result, where it is like this long-term battle.
Well, that's kind of what I was just going to say. So these two guys are playing together, doing this mission together, and I was thinking, like, if we were playing together, I wouldn't be able to be like, oh, they're, you know, Crash, you need to turn around and fight this guy instead, or you need to help me over here, because ships are cumbersome, right? And like the movement looks like you would expect it to be, and it's not like a Twitch shooter where you can sort of do that kind of tactical stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, it looks like they looted the rum. So, hey, good for them.
That's what they get. That's
good
third person gameplay right there.
There it is, right there. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching the stream, thank you so much for being here. Leave a like. It helps us out a bunch. Subscribe. We're so close to that 1,500 mark. And tell your friends. Tell your mum. Tell your mum to watch the next stream. Watch the next Xbox podcast. It's a weekly Xbox podcast. Subscribe. Do the thing. Tell your mum to subscribe. Love you lots. We will see you on the next stream or on the next episode of My Xbox and Me. Bye-bye.
Bye.